Looks like it's working. Yeah. Pretty sure we're live now.
Finally.
Yeah, it's Zoom. It was something was wrong with Zoom apparently. I believe we're live, and I don't know where you went. Where did I don't see you
Ah,
anymore,
I'm
Reg.
back. There you go.
There you
There
are.
we go.
All right, so we are live. Welcome everybody. I'm here with Reggie Jerath. Jerath? How do I pronounce it? Reggie Jerath.
Well, it sounds like giraffe, but it's Jerath.
Jerath.
J-E-R-A.
Okay, sorry about that. He is the CEO and co-founder of Gather Network. Known this guy for a long time now, and I miss you, man. It's been a while. It's been a while. We keep in touch, but I haven't. I feel like I haven't seen you face to face in a while. So, you know,
3 years last time, man. I think 3 years. It's been almost 3 years, right?
was it?
2018 World
Yeah.
Blockchain.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
yeah, it was like almost like 2.5 years. Okay, so let me just shoot the stream out on Twitter, and we'll get started. I don't want to keep people too long. Sorry that we're late. Had a ton of technical difficulties as per usual. It's always something, but
Let
basically
me.
basically I now am up and running. We had to switch from Zoom to Google Meets, but we figured it out. So let me do this, and we'll get right into it. Okay. All right. So the tweet is out. What's up? Nitsua Park. Kalo, what up? What up? I'm frozen. Oh yeah, I do appear to be frozen. Actually, I see that. Um, why? Why am I frozen?
We're both frozen right now.
Yeah, that's strange.
Just turn your camera on and off. I think maybe.
Turn it on and off.
Yeah, that should do it.
Oops. 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 Say off, on.
No, still frozen on
No,
YouTube.
still frozen. See,
Wow.
nothing is easy in life, as we say.
Oh, it's back.
It's
We're
back.
good. We're good. We're
We're
good.
good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
How's the sound?
I'm.
Well, you wouldn't be able to tell, but
No.
please check video resolution. Warning. Resolution is it's something with the video resolution's no good apparently. No, they say we're good. Okay, so before this fucking thing breaks again, let's get into it. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're just tuning in, Gather is a cryptocurrency, obviously, and these guys raised money like at the height of the ICO boom in 2017, 18, early 2018. And there were plenty of projects that were just raising crazy amounts, millions and millions of dollars. This was like the biggest money grab moment in crypto history. And these guys did a pretty modest raise. How much did you guys raise in seed round?
I think seed was a lot around 300 or
Yeah.
350
Yeah,
roughly.
about
Yeah.
350. So like next to nothing really in comparison to what some of these other projects have. And then obviously the ICO and crypto bear market hit, and you saw a lot of projects that raised 50 million, 100 million. These crazy numbers just kind of disappear, not do anything, and retrace horribly. Obviously, with Gather, you guys were really kind of grassroots, and frankly, I'll be honest, I was kind of nervous. I didn't know what was going to happen, but month after month, year after year goes by, and you guys just kept plugging away. I mean, can you tell the people what you guys do as a company, as quickly and simply as possible to like lay people? Like, what is the Gather token about? What is Gather Network?
For sure, for sure. So just for the layperson to keep it as simple as possible, Gather is a multi-layered platform that provides an alternative form of monetization for websites and applications, and provides a cheaper form of cloud computing to businesses and developers in a very 10-second pitch, if you will. The Gather token itself is basically the fuel for the whole ecosystem. So it's a payment rail. It provides governance. Token holders can participate in governance. It helps with security via staking in Masternodes as well. So a quick 10, 15-second pitch, if you will.
Okay, so if I was your grandma, what would you say it does exactly? One more time, like even more simple.
Even more simple. We provide websites and applications another way to make money instead of relying on advertising.
Right.
Everyone hates ads.
Yeah.
Everyone hates ads.
They
today,
suck.
right?
That's why Brave is
Yeah.
good. Yep.
Yes, true. And the other part is everyone knows AWS and cloud computing is very expensive. We provide a cheaper service. Basically, we provide a significantly cheaper form of cloud computing.
So how do you monetize like it? So let's say, because I made a tweet actually recently in regards to this, because you guys are really a grassroots crypto that helps people monetize, their website traffic as an alternative to shitty advertisement. I mean, we all saw I remember when I first got in, CoinMarketCap was like, that was the site that I used always. And then they started to really kind of they just completely sold out. And, it's just kind of shitty. And, now you have like CoinGecko, and there are other crypto sites. And I feel like sites like ChartX and CoinGecko and anything crypto related, instead of advertising, they should at least consider using Gather. Like, do you think you're a solution that can help somebody like that? And how do they get paid for their traffic? Because, depending on how much you get, ads are lucrative. So how do you counter that? Why would they choose Gather over like shitty advertisement?
Well, I mean, in the last part of your sentence alone, I mean, it's shitty ads at the end of the day, right? They're in your face, those flashy ass things everywhere. No one likes it. Gather does none of that. When you visit a website, you're going to see a very small disclaimer. You just click yes or no. You provide your consent, and a very, very small portion of your system's resources, extremely small, unnoticeable, system resources is being used to mine and secure the Gather network itself. So the publisher then gets these earnings, essentially, right, which will be paid out, can be paid out in Gather, Bitcoin, Ether, DIA, Ferrum, Decenter, Chromia, and a few others as well, and fiat currency as well, essentially. Now, if we talk about profitability, it's 1.4x more profitable, on an average basis compared to the world over, right? Not for very, very specific niches, if you will.
Right.
So if you are a website in, let's say, Africa, India, China, certain parts of Central Europe, it's more profitable.
That's interesting. I mean, that's like what crypto is all about, right? Helping people kind of connect, do different things. But anyway, before we even get a little deeper into the project and what its potential is, let's hear, you told me there was something that you wanted to announce. We might as well get it out of the way so that we could talk about that.
For sure. So for those not familiar with Gather, right, Masternodes are a very big part of our ecosystem, right? We did a very holistic review of our Masternode system, and just adding on to that, Gather is also a business that earns USD revenue, right, from our cloud computing aspect, cloud computing service rather. So I think what I'm about to announce, we're probably, if not the only, one of the very few projects or companies that is doing this. I would like to announce that we're going to share 6% of all Gather cloud revenues for the foreseeable future with our Masternode holders on top of their Gather earnings. So you're going to get USDT along with Gather for hosting a Masternode, essentially, which is stable income relatively, which we believe is a very, very strong USP for someone to get into a Masternode going forward. The second, we will be opening up 10 slots of Masternode reservations. Now, what is this exactly? That tomorrow, or rather today, depending on your time zone, 10 slots for batch 1 of Masternodes will open up. You need to send 250,000 Gather for collateral, and you'll be able to reserve a slot for these Masternodes. When the mainnet goes live, there's only going to be 80 Masternodes at that time. And right now we're opening it up for 10. 9 will be for full masternodes, and the last masternode will be shared where the cap is 10,000 each. There will be a blog and an announcement that'll come out specifically in a couple hours about this. But just to reiterate, we're going to be sharing USD revenues from the company to masternode holders on top of the buyback and burns that Gather does with our USD revenue. And second, we're opening up the first batch of reservations for masternodes where you earn APY on it as well. The APY, pre-mainnet APY, is about 50%.
Really? Okay, so you're getting the masternode rewards as well as 6% of the company's profitability from advertisements with other and cloud computing as well. All profit.
Cloud specifically. Because
Cloud.
that's where
Okay.
that's where the majority of the USD revenue comes from.
Okay. So with your AWS offerings, you're bringing in USD, and then you're gonna calculate that and then distribute 6% of that to the masternode holders.
Yes, 6% of that, I believe it's every quarter that goes to the masternode holders, split evenly among them. And that, as that scales, as we grow the business, it just gets larger and larger for everyone.
So
On top of the 100% APY you get for Gather as well.
okay. Now there's going to only be 80 total masternodes ever.
No.
No.
Only when the mainnet launches, we're going to start with 80. So 80 masternodes at 250,000 Gather collateral is roughly about 20 million tokens, let's say locked in masternodes, if you would.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
okay, I'm trying to do math now. For the 10 that you're offering, I mean, can people just set up a masternode with Gather, or do they have to apply through you and it's like more of a privatized thing?
For the reservations, for what we're doing pre-mainnet, there'll be a form that opens up. It's a first come, first serve kind of form. Whoever sends in first, they're prioritized for mainnet. Essentially, you're guaranteed to get a masternode for mainnet. And then once we reach mainnet, it's very easy to set up. You can either use the cloud services providers that we will integrate with, or you can set it up if you have your own hardware.
Okay. All right. So you could use Raspberry Pi or whatever, just kind of standard masternode.
Yeah. I don't know about Raspberry Pi, but yeah.
That's what I know. So like, when I think about masternodes, so I wish, you know what? Well, I guess we can't talk about price or anything on this, but charts exhibit different characteristics. And what I can say about masternodes is, because I've been vocal about this before, if you hold on, and I can say this kind of freely because we have like about 20 people watching, so they're going to get good information. It's not like I'm broadcasting to thousands of people, but when you're in a chart that's exhibiting characteristics of accumulation, you're not looking at a top of a chart per se. You're looking at sideways action after a retrace where private sellers were buying, getting out quickly, and when you look at it, you can compare it to what other charts look like. And I talk about these on my other stream, so that's really time like more of another stream. But if you're tuning in, you're familiar with my stuff, you should have an idea of what I'm implying. Now, at those moments where you're entering an accumulation phase or trying to exit, actually, you don't want to be entering it. It seems that it's already been there. But that's a time to run a masternode. You don't want to run a masternode after something has gone parabolic and now hey, I got my masternode, it's printing money. No, it's not the best idea. But at times where price action is low and sideways and building up, that's a fantastic time to do something like a masternode. Or, even if, let's say, somebody didn't have the capital to get in with the 250K, what about Uniswap, like with yield farming? And
The LP program, yeah. We
right?
have an LP program going on right now. And for people that can't afford a full masternode, there is shared master. Like in one of the 10 masternodes will be allocated for people who don't have, the full collateral. So it'll be up to 10K per person. So 25 people would share one masternode essentially. So, you do help out the community or give them an opportunity to be involved as well. And yeah, There is the LP program on Uniswap, which is live right now. The APY is roughly hovers around 200%.
Oh, really? Yeah. So the way I see it, like, is if you, and obviously, guys, do your own research, check out the project on your own. We'll talk a little bit, but this won't go on forever. You know, you guys got to do your own research. But if it's something that you're bullish on and you're like, hey, I want to get in, I want to hold on and see what happens here, and if there's an opportunity to multiply your tokens, be it either by providing liquidity or running a masternode, like, don't just hold them and watch them. You know, use them to make more tokens, right? So that if it breaks out, it's even sweeter for you. You know, that's a play I like. I haven't decided. I'll probably do both, to be honest. I think I'm gonna go for one of those masternodes, and as well as provide the liquidity on Uniswap. I like it. I like it.
I would definitely do the Masternode myself for the revenue purposes, like the 6% cloud revenues. Hey man, I mean, month one when we go live, we're making 354K. A lot of that is cloud revenue, so I would like to take as many Masternodes as I could, but that's not exactly prudent.
Wait, how much is it making? Would you say?
Month on month when we go live is 354,000 USD.
303, just 350,000.
354,000 in 1 month. Yeah, that's the monthly revenue when we go live on mainnet.
So you guys are gonna be making 350,000 a month.
Yep. From
Really?
the current clientele that are signed up with us. So like to give
Really?
you like, yeah. So you know
Holy
you
shit.
mentioned in the beginning.
So okay, all right.
That was that one slide. One slide I
I was like, I hope Reggie isn't saying 3,500. Like,
oh, man.
like what the hell?
No.
All right, so you guys are going to be making 350K a month starting off with your current clientele.
With our current clientele.
Holy
That's
shit.
because, you know,
All right.
we've been here for like 3 years, man. So
Yeah, absolutely.
just like, you know, to like kind of reiterate that whole phase, if you will, we raised that 350K in seed, right? ICO bear market hit, self-funded, kept going forward. We onboarded new people. We got a really sick tech team, like an extremely talented tech team. We landed Godrej Industries, which is a $4 billion client, and that's where a lot of revenue actually comes from because they're absolutely massive in every industry you can imagine. We landed lots of large websites. We landed an oil and gas company as a client. I'm talking to one of the world's largest streaming platforms right now, which is, again, Indian, but it's, I think, top 5. I'm sure people will figure out what it is eventually, just by searching. And a lot of other players. So this is the people I'm talking to is not included in this figure. These are just from like the websites that are signed up with us, the cloud providers, or rather the cloud customers that are signed up with us. It's just from that. And we don't advertise heavily, right? These are all like, except for Godrej and ASAP Fluids, those were outbound and relationship based. The rest were all inbound requests, right? People found out about us through word of mouth or whatever it may have been. Contact us by email, DM'd us, etc.
Right. So, I mean, here you have an actual crypto that has a business and is making money and is going to, you know, share that revenue with the masternode holders.
Yes.
That's pretty crazy. And, you know, I don't know, like, is that a security? Like,
No, no, it's not a securities issue. So I can actually pull up what our legal. So for those that don't know, our in-house counsel actually looks like what's the guy from Hangover? Bradley
Cooper.
Yeah, he literally looks like Bradley Cooper.
Oh, so you hired an alpha guy.
Nice. Steven's great, man. Steven's great. Hold on. 4-6. What did Steven say about Masternodes? He said it's not a concern.
Oh, okay. Well, let's move on. If you from your mouth to God's ears. I mean, let's not do legal talk here. But I don't know. I just fuck. I mean, if you get 6% in US and it pays out in USDT, then right?
USDT. So it's GTH APY of 100% for the first 80 Masternodes. And on top of that, it's USDT 6%.
How do you know there will be enough demand to satisfy? What happens if there aren't enough people who want to do net masternodes? Then do the other people get a larger cut?
They would, but that if we are reaching a stage where we're not able to secure masternodes, there's a large concern going on because masternodes make a very large backbone of the network itself. Um, so that would be I would be worried, but I don't think that's going to be the case at all. Yeah, given the kind
You
of
think you'll be
demand
able to get to the 80?
very easily, to be honest. I mean, knock on wood. We'll see today when we come out with the announcement that hey, the form is open. First come, first serve. The first 9, whoever sends in first, you reserve your slot, and the last one, the shared one will open an hour later, essentially, and we'll see how quickly those fill up, right?
Right.
And then based on that, we can kind of see. So
But
then
then, like,
after the
when
first,
is mainnet?
around Q1, mid Q1 to end of Q1.
Okay. So, like, if you're opening up, like 18, no, not 18, but I don't know, whatever. Yeah. Okay. So 10, but what are you just going to keep opening 10 like each week or something as it fills up until you get to the 80? Is that the plan there?
Yes,
Okay.
essentially.
Yeah. But the amount of gather required to, like, what's the incentive to not wait?
There might be a slight increase in the amount of gather required for the next couple of batches going forward.
Okay.
Percent-wise, it's not going to be anything significant, but a slight increase.
Okay.
Because specifically, like, hey, if you're getting USD revenue from here, and that's a sizable chunk, there should be a higher cost associated.
Okay. So you have some real world partnerships, obviously. That's how you're sustaining the business.
Yep.
What about within crypto? Like any teams that you're working with, anything you want to talk about there? Like how have you felt like you've interacted how with the crypto community,
Sure, sure. So I'll just give like a brief overview of like a partnership. So in terms of real world, we have Godrej, ASAP Fluids, we have Daily Pioneer, one of India's oldest websites. Uh, I need to pull up the deck actually to remember all the clientele and partners. Yeah, crypto specific. So we have DIA, we have Chromia, we have Ferrum, Decenter. A recent one we did was who am I missing? There's quite a few. Just 1 second. Let me pull it up. Sorry. There we go. Yeah, so Polis Pay, Decenter, Ferrum, DIA, Crypto Locally. Kudos was a new one. So I'll talk about a couple of, what the partnerships kind of entail. So for example, with DIA, we're going to be using their Oracle services, and then websites and applications can be paid out in DIA as well, right? So
why DIA over Chainlink?
they were just more receptive.
Yeah.
That's one of the main reasons over that. So yeah, people can get paid out in DIA over, let's say, if they want, instead of Gather or Bitcoin or Ethereum. So if we talk about Ferrum, Decenter, it's fairly straightforward. They're going to use Gather to monetize. Decenter will be using Gather to monetize their web browser itself. So they're actually building a decentralized web browser. So they're going to use it to monetize their web browser, and then people can get paid out in Decenter. Ferrum provides staking technologies to, I think it's about 25 or 30 projects right now. So all their staking pages will be monetized by Gather. So one feature I should probably mention, it's called a loyalty program. Essentially what happens with the loyalty program is, let's say you go to tradingdojo.com, right? And when you visit there, you'll see the disclaimer. If you opt in, and let's say you, as the owner of the website, want to share your revenue with your users, you can pay them in Gather tokens.
I would never do
whatever
that.
percent you want.
No.
You would not share revenue.
But if I was a nice guy and I wanted to do that, you could. So you can pay. You could, in essence, the money that you make, you can do some communism shit and give it to your viewers as well.
You could, yes, you could give a certain percentage, up to you, like 1%, 2%, 3%, whatever. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
nice.
So
I would never do it.
two partnerships I really want to talk about, or three rather.
Right.
Chromia, Laminar, and Kudos, right? So Laminar is real world. Chromia and Kudos are again crypto. So Chromia actually provides dApps, right? So we're going to be monetizing their dApps, because a dApp is just an application at the end of the day, and there's so many chains you can build dApps on. It provides them with a competitive advantage, right? So that a dApp developer can earn revenue from this, which we believe is extremely strong. Laminar, this is a very interesting one. So essentially, Laminar is a company. It's not crypto related at all. they provide the infrastructure for anyone to become their own streaming website, YouTube provider. Because you just saw right now the kind of shit that we faced with getting this live, right? Anyone can become it's not crypto at all, right? And they've got clients, they're real world and everything. So they're going to be offering Gather as a monetization tool to monetize their free users. So not specifically people who are paying them, but people who view ads, and they're going to use Gather to replace that. And on top of that, they still rely on centralized AWS servers, right?
Yeah.
So they're gonna use Gather Cloud to decentralize their CDNs essentially. So they have a failsafe, right? I'm not sure if you know, but like 2 weeks ago, AWS in US went down.
Yeah.
Did you see that? And
Yeah.
literally Infura went down as well. So it shows the need for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah.
You know, I couldn't help myself. I'm just smiling, listening to this, and you know, part of it is like this really was a long journey, and I could imagine this probably, like, you look like you've lost a small amount of hair from the last time I've seen you, but you know, like, to make this to persist and last through like the bear market, especially like you raised right at like the top, and you didn't raise like so much runway where you'd be able to just fuck around. Like it really makes me happy to see where this project is right now and where it could be. You know, there were like, I've seen plenty that raised way more and weren't able to survive, never actually created a business. And you're telling me, you know, day one, you're going to be getting 350K. You have real world partnerships. You got Masternodes, which is like so 2017. I fucking love it. You know, it's making me really happy.
Couldn't be without you, man. It's been a hell of a journey, bro. 2018 till now.
It sure has. Remember how many cycles I would be texting Reggie like, dude, like this is it. This is it. It's like Uniswap. You got to get on Uniswap, like, because you got to deal with these exchanges, and you know we're not gonna badmouth anybody, but part of the deal is like I have connections. I know people. You know, I try to connect Reggie with people. But at the same time, it's like it's a nasty business trying to get your token listed on an exchange. And, you know, what happens is as something is kind of grassroots and builds a following, even maybe you don't have the sexiest exchanges, but these exchange owners and teams who do their diligence will look to see what type of following and traffic it's getting on other exchanges and social media. And the more community supports the project, the more likely they would be to list something, and sometimes they'll do it for free. And I feel like this has for something small, it has a disproportionate amount of excitement. Not it does commiserate with what you guys are doing, but like I'm talking about like market cap size. Like there's a very big following around this project in relationship to like some other things that have 50 billion cap and nobody gives a shit about them. You know, like people seem to really be embracing Gather. And I'll tell you one story, guys. I don't want to keep this too long, but this is part of why I smile. Seed round was raised like 3 years ago. Okay. And you guys listed on BitThumb when? It was like August, September.
September 14th.
Yeah.
September 14th.
So very recently. You have to understand, guys, that the tokens they haven't been they were distributed in September. These were raised in, you know, January, February of 2018. So we had people that participated in funding the project and got hit in the bear market completely out of crypto. And just, you know, some of them were emailing me, DMing me, when's it going to be listed? When are we going to get the tokens? I'm like, it's coming. It's coming. It's not a scam, guys. I promise you. These guys are working their ass off. It's tough right now, but you will get the tokens. They're going to do everything in their power to continue to make this business thrive. And, you know, I had to answer so many questions, and it was just like, oh, man, terrible. But there was a reward at the end because when you guys listed, you did a good job. You got listed on BitThumb. And when initial trading, we all know what happens when an ICO lists, you know. If not, you're an idiot and you should, you know, learn. But the initial trading, it was trading extremely high in relationship to Seed. You know, Seed did extremely well. So what made me so happy was like there were guys who were completely out of crypto, had wrote and gather off entirely, that all of a sudden like their gather was worth more than, you know, their entire portfolio in the past. Like it was like they got a fresh start to be involved in crypto. And it's awesome. Like it just made me so happy. Like I was really happy about that actually.
Knock on wood, yeah,
Yeah,
man.
knock on wood.
It was a crazy ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, just gonna address one question, the hair part. Yeah, definitely, man. I've lost a lot of hair, and I've definitely got a lot more gray hair. That's for
Yeah.
sure.
I remember when we first met, like Farouk, Faz, one of the co-founders, was like, you got to meet Reggie. This guy, he lives to build businesses. He's an entrepreneur. He does the right thing, but you know, he's hardcore about this shit. He puts everything he's got into it. I said, I got to meet this guy. We hung out, obviously. But you know, he wasn't lying. He wasn't lying. Like, would you, if you could change something about the journey, would you change anything, or is it just kind of like, you know, you're happy to be here, and what was that like?
Change something. I mean, hindsight is 2020 at the end of the day, right? I mean, I think I'll take the second part. I'm just happy that we're here. Um, yeah, that's about it. Honestly speaking, there was so much that happened, and it was just those are honestly a crap ton of that stuff that happened.
There were some
Behind the
dark
scenes.
days, right? I would
Of
imagine.
course.
Yeah, fear.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There was. I mean, and then we got the private sale happening in September or August or whatever it may be, and then between that time and then seed, it was definitely some tough times. But I don't think I would really change anything significantly because what could we have done differently?
Right.
Right at the end of the day, us as a team, our commitment was that keep going no matter what. Right. Keep building,
Yes.
keep acquiring partnerships, step by step, the next milestone, right? Acquire the next team member, acquire the next client, sign the next LOE. Just keep doing those incremental steps, and then when time comes, the reward will come on its own. And that's the same philosophy we follow today, right? Like we're very as a company, our burn rate is excuse me, very very lean. Because
Yeah.
even in our
So you
private
didn't
sale,
buy
we
you didn't
don't
buy
have-
a Lambo yet with your 300K?
no, no.
No, see?
Even our private sale, right? Like it was just
Right.
960K at the end of the day, and obviously there's associated costs with raising that kind of capital. Um, our burn is extremely low because that's the kind of mantra we follow. And to be honest, the only thing I would really want to buy someday is hair plugs. Like
Hair
for real.
plugs? Oh, come on, man. I think you would look good bald with a beard and like
Bald with a beard.
yeah, and a hoop earring. Like that would be a good look for you.
I'll give it a try. I'll give it a try.
Yeah, no. I mean, like it's inspiring, really. Like I'm telling you, when I say I have my doubts, I have my doubts. And
I know.
you know, like I was on your ass. I'm like, Reggie, what the fuck? You know? But you
I
know,
remember.
yeah,
remember.
I mean, but I'm just imagining you probably got that from way more people than me. And it's just like, you know, it's I remember when I first got into crypto, there were dark days too. It wasn't like I just had success right away. I mean, I made mistakes in the market, and you know, before I really blew up, I made a ton of mistakes when I was kind of learning, and I thought I knew something, and you know, I was blessed to be a part of a market that was in a raging bull market at the right time, and things blew up. But you know, between now, I mean, then and now, like basically from when Gather started, it was like I had dark days too. And I had to really kind of keep pushing and take it from me. Like there were days I wanted to give up. I wanted to just walk away. I wanted to delete my Twitter. I wanted to stop looking at Blockfolio or TradingView. There were plenty of days where I felt like this thing beat me. But then there was always a part of me where I said, you know what? No, it didn't. It didn't beat me. I learned from this. I'm going to be stronger. And now, you know, things have just been, you know, starting to reverse for the past year. Like, I'm really glad I stuck with it, and now starting to reap the rewards of the hard work, as well as I feel like I've built something sustainable as far as my own trading, where now I'm confident I can make money in any market at any time. And
Yeah.
you know, it's like I have a business in my own self as far as trading, whereas in the past I was reliant on a bull market and shitcoins. And that's no longer the case. The kind of the same way you guys built a business where, you know, you have money coming in, you know, for real. It's a real business. And, you know, I just want the people watching to think about that when you consider what Gather is about. These are guys that weren't greedy. They were modest. They raised 300K and they stuck around for 3 years. Okay, they put some of their own money out of their pockets and they built a business that makes money. And then compare where Gather is with some of these Chinese shitcoins that raised. Sorry, I have no prejudice against Chinese people, but let's call it what it is. They raise, $50 million, $30 million. They're not doing a damn thing, and the guys are riding around in Lambos. So who's gonna last? What story? What's gonna happen there? If you've been around, you know what happens because those don't make it. But you think about projects that actually are doing something, partnering with other people within and outside of the crypto space and continuing to grind and have a business. Those are the projects that last. So, that's what I got to say. I said my piece.
No, I agree with you.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Am I even live though? Imagine we're not even live. Are you checking? We're live. I'm looking at the chat room. Nobody is saying anything.
People are watching.
Why don't we open it up to them? If you guys have any questions, feel free to shoot them out there in the chat.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean.
No, what you said, Jake, makes a lot of sense, right? It's all about perseverance and determination. If you believe in something, at the end of the day, you owe it to yourself and just not give up, man. Straight up, no matter what. At the end of the day.
I'm excited.
Same here, man. It's going to be a crazy year. I think we have a lot coming up within crypto and for Gather itself. It's going to be a very interesting week, I'll say that.
Yeah.
Leave it at that. One of many announcements.
All right, make sure you're following Gather on Twitter. What's the handle there?
Gather_network.
Gather_network. Yep. Gather around, ye children. Got a story to tell you. Gather around.
Yeah.
Gather around. You could check the chart out at ChartX. I'm trying to get. He should sign up. I think there's nothing more crypto. That Coin Shark, shout out to him. But he saw an opportunity, made an awesome site. It's totally crypto. Why would you not use Gather? And guys, if you're Gather holders, fucking ping everybody. Be a pain in the ass. Use Gather. That's what you need to do. To build a community, you gotta be annoying, right? Look at Chainlink. The Chainlink Marines. Is there a name for the Gather holders? Have they come up with a name yet?
Someone actually came up with a name. Hold on, where is it? Gather Billionaires or Gather something.
Nah, I don't like it.
I don't know.
No good.
Yeah.
No good.
I don't know. There's no fixed name yet. Someone came up with Gatherologists.
I don't like that either.
No fixed name.
All right. Well, this is a homework assignment. Somebody's gonna come up with a better name than Gatherologist. Gatherologist.
Gatherologist. That was what I saw as well.
Yeah, I don't like
to
it.
be there. But I mean, the Gatherers. That's good.
Gather Rangers. The
Gather Rangers.
Yeah.
The Gatherers.
The Gatherers. The Gatherers. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
The Gatherers. We gather.
That's pretty good.
We shill. We harass you. Yeah. We're gonna harass you. All right. Any parting words? I think we've said enough. Definitely. I'm excited to see what you guys got in store this week. But yeah, anything you'd like to say before we jump off?
I usually do this anytime I'm doing an AMA, and it's not exactly related to Gather, but just people I think need to hear this, is that it's almost 2021, guys. Websites take your data and they sell it. Privacy is a fundamental right. Don't stop supporting businesses and companies that manipulate your data, essentially, right? And they don't respect your privacy. Move to support companies and businesses that do support your privacy and respect your freedom in that aspect. That I think that's the only thing I would say.
Fuck yeah. Crypto bros. Fuck the man. Stick it to the man. Use Gather. I'm going to be using Gather on my website. I'm not sharing any of my profits with you. Sorry. But if you're, nice, you can use it on your website and share it, which is very cool. Gatherlorians. I like that one. Kind of like Mandalorian. Gather. Yeah. This is the way, right? Gather.
The way.
All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I did. This is fun. It was fun catching up. We got to do it again.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. Like, put me on that list for the Masternodes, bro. I'm gonna run one. I will run one. Yep, I'm gonna run it.
Done, done.
Yep. All right, everyone, have a great night. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed, hit that like button, subscribe, and I got another video coming up this week. So keep your eyes peeled. Definitely, the market's heating up. There's volatility coming, and yeah, I wanted to do a good, bad, and the pumpy, but frankly, I wasn't too sure, and I don't like a lot of these YouTubers. They'll be like, "Yeah, I do a coin of the week every week, like no matter what," and then they pick a coin. It takes time to research, but for me, it's like I know what I want to talk about, but I wait for the chart to be right. You know what I'm saying? You don't just do something to do it. I want to do it at a timing that makes sense for my viewers. I don't want to be like, oh, this thing just took off, like Rose, for instance, Oasis.
Yeah.
I was thinking about doing a video on it, but it fucking took off. So now it's like I have to wait. I don't want to do it. But
Yeah.
anyway, that's a separate conversation. But